Some people think P&S is just fun and games.
We're always mixing things up.
We run with the big dogs.
Does Bob really play with toys in his office?
He does.
It's always a huge production.
Action.
We've gotten really good at Zoom meetings.
Can I join the team? I'm in the wrong shop.
We work with some real characters.
But it's very serious business.
Dirty job. Somebody's got to do it.
Truth is, it's always a day at the beach around here.
But really, we're all about you.
Well, awesome, you guys. Welcome to Trcma 2023.
Yeah, we're so excited.
Yeah, really happy to be a kickoff.
I know, nothing like to be in spot number one, right? No pressure, right? We have our gloves on, right?
Right.
But anyway, you know, it was really interesting last night talking to Jeff about this event, Trcma, what it's become for its third year, right, in 2023. And we were just talking and reflecting on how it's such an awesome time to launch new products.
Yeah,
right?
so great.
I mean, April, the detail season's kicking off. It's just a good time to launch new products and get excited about new things. So that's really what we're going to showcase today, right?
Yeah, we brought it.
Yeah. So to my right, I have my brother Dave Phillips. Dave.
Hi.
Dave's Chief of Operations at P&S. He's the guy that makes all the juice, right? He's the chemist. He's the magic behind the sauce. And then, of course, Sydney Bray-Gwynn.
Hi.
Our resident product specialist from Boise, Idaho. Hidden Springs just over the hill, right?
Yep.
Did I say that right? Boise?
Boise.
Boise.
Yeah. I'm sorry, yeah. I'm a California guy, I got a little problem with that. But we're really excited to debut some new products because, you know, we have Dave's style of formulating, right? Which is like we really like to make cool contributions to the industry. And so we have 3 new products that we're going to introduce today. And we're going to kind of start with the low-hanging fruit, right?
Yep.
So P&S is all about the brands, and we're pleased to announce our P&S fragrance brand. And so there's been a lot of noise about fragrances for us, though, right?
Yes. Yeah, so even just in the last couple of years in the industry, it's really become all about how everything smells, and there's this whole aromatherapy that, you know, needs to happen. And so, yes, we've been just asked for years for fragrances, different fragrances. You know, the industry has moved away from kind of the grape, cherry, all that kind of stuff. So we are so excited about this.
Yeah, so we've, Bob has picked fragrances that are, like Sydney said, a little bit different, not just standard things. So we have one that's always been asked for how many years now?
Oh, probably 5 or 6 years, yeah.
We have basically Bead Maker fragrance, which we've always admitted was mango, but now we have Essence of Bead Maker. That's going to be pretty fun, and I think it's going to be pretty popular. We have, this has been the coconut lime fragrance is Essence of Absolute.
Correct, yeah.
So we're quite happy with that. And it's been popular, and we went through quite a process of finding this fragrance to start with. So Anthony was quite helpful on that, as he was for the eucalyptus mint tea. So, which is kind of hard to actually describe what it smells like. It doesn't smell like eucalyptus mint.
Right.
It smells more like kind of a green tea-ish sort of thing. So, obviously, fragrances are hard to describe. These are super concentrates.
Right.
Right. So these are super
one pint
concentrates.
makes what?
1 gallon.
1 to 2 gallons.
Yeah. 1 to 2
depending on the
gallons.
strength you want. Yeah.
Right. And you'll find that some fragrances are a little bit louder than others, so you might want less in some cases. But the way it works is you just make a gallon out of it, which is pretty simple, and give it a little mix up afterwards, and then you can use the pint bottle for your sprayer.
Yep.
So you've got your labeling done, and you want to hold that for a second? I will use a funnel on this one.
That's not going to work too well.
Yeah, no, it was hard enough with the pint.
We have backup towels though, Dave.
So we will fill the pint up, and then it's ready to go. Just let that defoam a little bit.
Yep.
Nice.
There we go.
We're good.
So put your sprayer on the top, and you're ready to go with your deodorant, ready to use product with labels.
Sydney, what are the typical uses of a deodorant like this? Where do we use it?
So I use these a lot. So I just spray them on the carpet, and then I close up the doors, leave it sit for about 20 minutes. So right when I'm totally finished with the car, I'm not going to be doing anything else, I just spritz several sprays right underneath both, front seats, back seats, depending on what kind of car it is. I just spray it on the carpet and then close up the doors, let it kind of permeate and get set in, and it lasts for a good couple days. The customers love it, especially the bead maker scent, just like everybody else. So so these are great. I mean, you can use it however you typically use a spray deodorant. Works really well.
But you can have fun with them too, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you could put it in your carpet extractor if you wanted to, you can put it in your wash water, you can put it in your foam cannon. You can do a lot of things with them, right?
Right.
So the idea is just have fun with these fragrances, and these are our first 3 offerings, right? So again, the Mango Fresh, which is from Bead Maker, the Coconut Lime, which is from Absolute, and the Eucalyptus Mint Tea, which is actually from our the Off-Road line.
Yes. Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So these are 3 of our introductory products that we're launching right now in the fragrance line, and then we're going to expand on that because we're all about the family of brands, right? So the P&S Fragrances.
Right, and they're more sophisticated fragrances than, like Sydney said. Like lemon.
Yeah.
Nothing there's anything wrong with lemon.
Yep.
Yeah. We've got a few other fragrances up our sleeve that we'll be launching here soon.
And maybe lemon.
Yeah. And all the products that we're going to introduce today, because I forgot to mention that, all the products that you're going to introduce today are manufactured and filled, right? In stock at P&S. But they're not out to the market yet. Yeah. So it's going to be a week, 2 or 3 until they get into distribution and people can buy them. So these are all new. They are packaged. They're now shipping to our distributors, but they're not officially. If you scramble to get on websites, you're not going to find them just yet. So just wait a week or 2 and they will be available.
Yep.
One of the things that's kind of cool though is, Dave, you put a new sprayer on that bottle.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Sprayers are definitely a love-hate relationship in the industry.
Yeah, so we're also here introducing our new sprayer. So this is going to be our new retail package sprayer. Really nice ergonomic sprayer, great spray pattern, the whole thing. We're really excited about this because, some customers loved our sprayers. Some customers weren't so fond of our sprayers, right?
Yeah, you had to know the secret code to get one.
The secret code, exactly. So anyway, this is our first offering of the P&S fragrance line. So we're going to move over to another product that Sydney has secretly hidden here, right?
I wanted to have its own moment.
Can I move the towels?
Yes, you can move the towels.
I can move the towels. Okay. So the next product that we're introducing is called Swift, and it's going to be part of our interior system, right? So one of the things that we love at P&S is our interior system, which is essentially we have express interior cleaner, and we have leather treatment for the hard surfaces, and then we have our carpet system, right? The 3-product system. This is essentially our clean and shine product, right?
Yep.
And really, what's its primary goal? Save time, right?
Yeah. So this is going to be a maintenance product. So this is going to be for those, customers that you have come in that are just on a maintenance plan every couple months, or for vehicles that aren't crazy dirty. This is going to be a perfect product for that. Also, if you have like express details or something like this, is going to be a great product. So it's going to do a moderate amount of cleaning, and the great thing about this is it's very versatile. You can grab other tools to kind of kick up its power. So whether that be you're going to grab a brush to kind of help the cleaning ability, or maybe you're going to grab an applicator to focus more on the dressing part of it.
Right.
So super versatile product. It leaves behind just a nice matte, clean, dark finish. Right. It's a really, really nice product. I'm super excited about this one.
So Dave, when you were building this product, right, one of the things that we talked about is we like to make contributions to the industry, right? So we definitely, when we release a product, we're very confident what it's going to do, but what were the features and benefits that you were looking for in the Swift Clean and Shine?
Right. So, well, the name kind of says it. Most of it, right? I think the first time we got a request for a clean and shine product, I mean, we've been around for a long time, had to have been 15 years ago, right?
Easy, yeah.
And, and it's been a bit of a daunting task. I think we had to wait around for some technology to catch up. So when Bob, well, actually more like 4 years ago, I think we brought it up again. I've kind of been thinking about it and maybe dragging my feet a little bit on it at the same time, because it's a tough nut to crack.
Yeah, to try and clean and shine in one step is not that easy.
Right. So, I mean, if, like, as we mentioned earlier, if you've ever tried to, if you've ever been cleaning your car when you have a little spot and you've got some dressing on your towel and you go, oh, I'll just clean that, and you realize, well, that didn't do anything.
Right.
It's shocking that, that a product could, that a liquid
Wait a minute,
could
Dave,
not
it's water.
do
It should clean a little bit, right?
anything. I know. So, so there was that. So we didn't want a dressing, and we needed some cleaning. Then the other thing that's a challenge is to make it so that the cleaner doesn't destroy the dressing part. Right. You need to get the dressing out of it. You need to get the dressing out of it. So, so balancing the whole system was actually a challenge and fun. So, we've got some good solid cleaning and some good matte satin dressing. So it's very pleasant to use.
Yeah. We're really thinking quick detailer for the interior of the car, right?
Yeah, that's good terminology.
Yes, quick detailer for the interior of the car, because we still have Express, right? So when we have dirty seats, we're going to use Express, right? But for the quick, say you did a coating on the outside of the car, right? And the customer paid a lot, and you just want to spritz up the inside, so they kind of get a reward when they pick up their car, not just the outside but the inside at the same time.
Yeah, and one situation I had last week that this is kind of a really good example of when you're going to use this is, my personal car stays pretty clean, but I have kids, and we went on a road trip last week and they spilled stuff all over the center console in the back. I'm not sure what happened, but they did. Everything else was clean, right? And so I just took Express, cleaned at the center console, and then put that away, and then went over the whole car with this. Right. So it is totally okay to do that. If you just have one little spot that's dirty and you need a little bit more power there, go back to what we know and love, and then it makes it easier to finish off the whole car with this. So that was for me such a great example of how you can incorporate the two together.
So since we were talking fragrances, what's the fragrance in this, Dave?
This is a orangesicle.
Orangesicle.
Yeah, one of a lot of people's favorites.
Yes. Yeah.
A lot of people enjoyed the orangesicle fragrance. So.
Shall we show how this works?
I'd like to say, one thing was that, one thing is nice is that the dressing flattens out and levels out really well.
Yes.
You don't really need to spread it out and get it just perfect. You'll find that it just kind of flattens out to a really nice finish.
Let's head over to our favorite demo car, right?
Favorite demo car. This car, what's this? The third year at Trcma?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so we've got this nice door here. So this car, the inside has been cleaned, but it's never been dressed. So let's start out with, so if we see right here, if you can see on the camera, we've got kind of that normal, body oil, grease kind of stuff. So on this section, I'm going to use the Detail Factory brush, and I'm going to show you how we can kind of use this just to get a little bit of foaming action out of the Swift. So this is kind of a little bit different than some of the other Clean and Shine products on the market, is you still get a little bit of cleaning power out of this. And so we can clean in the normal,
so
with
if you had light cleaning,
like
you could just wipe it down, you'd be done.
Oh yeah, for sure. But the brush shows you how you get a little bit of the scrubbing power out of it. Then if you want to just do, actually let me do the towel first.
Yep. Got it.
So then you can spray it on the surface. I like to spray it on the towel just because, so you don't get overspray on your window.
And how are you liking those new sprayers, by the way?
They're great. Did you guys see that? Nice even spray, so great. And then you just, wipe the area that you're doing, and it's going to give you kind of that, I call it a guide shine. So you're going to see where you've been. And then over the few minutes, that area is just going to matte out really nice. You're not going to have any streaks, and it's going to clean and protect in the same way. So this plastic was fairly dry, so it's going to give it just enough of the protectant to kind of moisturize it and darken it.
Do we have UV inhibitors in this, Dave?
Yes, we do.
Yeah. So we can just spray, wipe everything super easy. It gets gets all the dust off, all that kind of stuff. Then if you've got larger area and you want to focus more on the protectant part, we can spray it on an applicator like we normally do and just apply it that way. So if you're not needing to do a lot of the cleaning part that you would need a towel for, we just apply it just like we do, natural finish or dynamic. And that's just going to settle in, and it really levels out really nice by itself.
So what are we using this on? Door panels, center consoles. What about carpets?
No, you wouldn't use it on carpet.
Yeah. Just
use
making
it
sure.
on carpet. Yeah.
Gotta make sure. Yeah.
No, you're not going to use it on carpet. But
we define them as hard surfaces,
yes,
right?
hard
Leather
surfaces.
seats. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I know that one question a lot of people are going to ask is about nav screens.
Right.
So I have, gone over, and I mean, you just go back when you're cleaning windows and wipe it off. It wipes off super easy. So yeah, you can just go over the whole car, and it works.
So really nothing.
Really nice.
There's nothing in here, Dave, that's going to hurt anything inside the car, right?
No, completely neutral pH.
Yeah.
Medium to light duty cleaning. Really safe for any surface.
Yeah, and another thing that I have found that I really like with this is actually just touching up rubber floor mats. So even if you've cleaned them and they turn a little bit brown or discolored, just a couple sprays of this gives it just enough to flatten out but not leave anything slippery behind. So really nice for that. Again, cleaning up those mats real quick. Just an awesome product. Love it.
Yeah, it's going to be one of
Yeah.
those daily products that every
Yeah.
detailer is going to
Yeah.
want to have in his
Yep.
arsenal for sure.
Yep. It's
Awesome.
great.
Nice work, Dave.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
All
so
right.
we got one
Nice
more
job.
product to go.
Yeah. Do we want to? We can
Oh
show
yeah.
the,
Let me go get
the
the
fragrance real quick.
We'll hang out there. We'll get the fragrance.
I
Bring demo that.
think I missed my cue.
Oh, you're good. You're good. Oh.
Let me get this primed for us here. There we are.
All right, real quick, since we made up our mango fresh here, I'm going to show you how I just spray it right under the seat, give it, 2 or 3 good sprays, and then you just leave it. Super easy. So I do that at the end, and then we just close it up. All right, now what do we have?
Well,
Nothing big.
Nothing big.
Nothing big. Let's see here. Let me grab one of those. Thank you, Dave. Hang on to this. So the third product we're going to introduce today is a product called Defender. And yes, this is P&S's SiO2 protectant.
Yay!
Finally, right? So, Defender we placed it in the Inspiration family of products.
Yep.
Right? And we did that on purpose. The Inspiration, for those that don't know, Inspiration is our coating line of products. So we put it in our coating line of products because it really fits there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And, there's Defender Dave's been working on for
Yeah.
how long?
Well, when do you think we got our
Over a
first
year.
request for an improvement on Bead Maker?
Probably about then, yeah.
Yeah. So
I
three.
want to say 2-3 years.
Yeah,
but then
2 or 3 years, from
Yeah.
start, but we've been really working on it diligently about for the past year.
Yeah.
But you were really waiting for what?
For the
technology
right,
to
the right
catch
stuff,
up, right?
Yeah.
The right
Right.
stuff.
Yep.
Something that was very demonstratable, something that was visible, something you could see, either as a standalone product, right? And we're going to talk about that. We've got 2 uses for this product: a standalone protectant that you can use just Defender as, right? Or as your final coating process.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? So you apply, if it was Legend, our product would be Legend, your second coat could be Defender.
Yep.
Right?
Yes.
So let's talk about the first one, right? Let's talk about it in its standalone form.
Yeah.
So what are some of the features and benefits when you've been working with it, Sid?
So one, the application is amazing. It's very, very nice to use. Finishes down great. Really, really easy. I do like it with the FTW. I do like the 2-towel application though, for sure. So standalone, if I'm doing like just a normal detail and I'm going to use it as my final step, I'll clay the car, decontaminate all that, and then just finish off with this product. Super quick application, and it just makes the car look amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Adds a lot
Yeah.
of pop.
Yeah.
You can see it, right?
Yeah.
And it's actually adds a measurable amount.
Yeah.
Which is really interesting.
Yes.
Right.
So we're talking about what?
Yeah.
What's the thickness? 0.15 to 0.2 microns?
Right.
That's the range that we get out of Defender, which a traditional coating's more like what? 0.8?
Yeah.
So about
0.8 to 1.
20% of a coating thickness?
Right. About
behind that?
20% of coating thickness.
And durability? What can we expect in durability?
So we're seeing 6 months to a year.
Right.
Right. And it depends on.
It obviously depends on conditions, but that
Right.
6 months was under weather.
Yeah.
Yes, extreme weather.
Harshness,
So, this is, and then I'll go over some of the numbers in a little bit. We might be able to refine that a little bit, but basically we're going to just start, we'll just start with the 6 months to a year.
Yeah, so as a standalone product, we tested it in all weather conditions, right? high humidity, low humidity. The features and benefits of this is that it's very, very easy to use.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
But it will set up.
Yes.
So if you have overspray,
Right.
right?
Yeah. But that is one of my other favorite things about this product is overspray. A lot of these, you can't get them on glass or plastic or something like that. This literally goes on everything. It works beautifully on glass, works beautifully on plastic. And that, I love that about that, is it can literally get everywhere. Awesome on wheels.
Right.
Really good on wheels.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
Good deal.
shall we demo it? Should we talk about it with the coating? What do you want to do?
Yeah, let's demo it and then talk about the coating part.
Yeah,
Is that-
for sure.
Okay,
Yep.
cool.
Yeah.
All right, this one's ready to go. So I'm gonna grab 2 towels. I'm gonna use an FTW and a wolf pack. And we are gonna come right back here. So I'm gonna show it to you on paint and on the black wrap. Because this car, as we know, this was the car that we used for the original Legend launch. So it's been, what, 2 years now?
2 years, yeah.
So we're at 2 years on this Legend. And to be honest, this car has not been maintained. It's just been washed. But no other anything else going on. And actually, fun fact about this part is this was wrecked last year. So this has nothing on it.
There you go.
Right here.
Perfect.
So what we're gonna do is we are just gonna, and I spray it right on the panel, again, because the overspray doesn't matter. So even if it gets on the glass, we're gonna be totally fine. So I'm gonna do the paint and the black because I wanna show you on the black how we spread it in. So this is gonna be, I'm gonna apply this a little bit like a coating. I'm gonna do long strokes and I'm not gonna worry about rubbing it in right away because the great part about this product is actually the setup. So if you can see that on the black there, how it gets kind of little bubbles and all of that. And so I usually let that set just for 10 seconds and then I'm gonna go back over with a real nice fluffy towel. And I know you can't really get this on camera, but it's so slick. The slickness is insane. Now watch these, when I go over this, it will literally just evaporate on that second wipe and not leave any streaking behind. So nice. And then we can, like I said, go right back over the glass and it's just super slick. And what's great is it really makes the paint pop.
Yeah, what I have found, and Dave has found through our years of working with a lot of products that are kind of in this category, when you're trying to do a lot on the paint, that's when they become troublesome, right?
Yeah.
Very difficult, challenging to use, right?
Right.
So one of the things that we really focused on with Defender was total ease of use,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
And that was really kind of what we were so impressed about.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, it's almost bomb-proof.
Well,
right?
I think, I think the thing is it does end up doing quite a bit.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's easy to use.
Yep.
So, you know, it's always been, you know, one of my pet peeves is, oh, this product's really easy to use, and I can't tell whether it did any or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
But this does a lot.
Or on the flip side, the ones that were doing a lot were very difficult to use.
Right, and we run
Problematic,
into that
right?
as well.
Which we understand, because usually
Yeah.
you're trying to put a lot of active in
Right.
there.
Yeah.
So this was really, you know, one more of your amazing solution products that's
There you go.
prove itself in the industry, right?
We'll
of course,
see.
we'll wait in time, right? We don't want to overhype something,
Yeah,
because
we'll
you know,
see.
I mean, we've been working with it, we love it. Everybody that's tested it loves it,
Yeah.
And so now we just got to wait to see how the customers are going to
Yeah.
react, right? We're just
Yeah.
excited about it because there's been so much noise about us kind of entering this space with a product that we claim durability.
Yeah.
Because we
Yeah.
know with Bead Maker, we said, hey, you know, 30, 60 days. That wasn't the goal of the product. Bead Maker was all about the experience, right?
Yeah.
This is really about protection
Right.
and durability,
Yes.
right?
But you do get the experience. That
Oh yeah,
the
no,
feedback
no,
from that
no,
second
no.
towel is
It's pretty crazy.
amazing.
Yeah, no,
It's pretty amazing.
I don't want to take away from the experience, but so that's the standalone use,
Yeah.
right? So
Yep.
we can use on paint, wrap, glass,
Yeah.
wheels,
Yeah.
pretty much anything.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, it works great. And on wheels, I mean, it's just such a great, easy, you know, spray on that you don't have to worry about that. You know how you have to, sometimes some you have to keep wiping and keep wiping. That second evaporation from the towel is just, it's so great for wheels.
Yeah.
Really, really good for wheels.
Yeah. So now let's talk about it as a topper or your
Right.
last. So one of the things that we want to recommend, or we know about the product, is what it does to a coating.
Right.
Right. So if we apply one layer of Legend, and we use Defender as our second coat, what's it do?
Right. It really bonds with the Legend. Right. We've got some numbers to pull out. I think the bottom line for us, and the bottom line for creating the product was, and we needed to have the tactile, we needed to have the visual, We needed to have all the pieces together, and it actually had to be slightly better in every case for us to want to put this product out. So there's just, I mean, that's kind of our philosophy. Our philosophy is that, you know, we want products that work. So that's what we want the customer to see and the user to see, is that on top of, you know, those tactile and really fun things to use, is we decided to get some numbers done.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. So we not only decided to, you know, we decided, well, let's see if we can back this up. Let's see if the numbers match what we see.
Yeah.
And we were quite enthusiastically greeted with the results.
Yeah.
So
I think my favorite part of that is, you know, I test stuff in my shop on the cars that I'm working on, and I can give feedback for how I feel it's working, what I see, but I don't really understand things on this science level, right?
Right.
And so it was fun when we went through that process to understand why I was seeing and feeling the things I was. I think that was really cool. And so the first couple times that I used this on top of Legend as its topper, like crazy things happened, right? And I remember sending videos and going, what is happening here?
Right.
Like, this is crazy.
Right.
Because it actually, like, it's something that you know, we have Dream Maker and you visually see something happen, right? This is almost more extreme than Dream Maker. Just the visual, what happens to the paint and the coating specifically, right?
Right.
And we have photos, and we'll share them later, of, you know,
Before and after.
Bob took 2 of my photos and made a before and after, and you know, put them on top of each other, and it visually changes the color.
Yeah.
Like, visually.
Right.
Increases gloss by.
So let me get my numbers
Get your
over
notes.
here.
Get your notes.
Let me get
your
my
notes. Get your notes.
back over here.
So talk about this though. It was kind of interesting though. It was an interesting moment when we were having the product tested.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we love this product so much.
Yeah.
We wanted it to be great.
Yeah.
Right? There's a problem with testing.
Right.
It could make it not great
Yeah.
if it failed, right?
Right, yeah.
So I was
Yeah.
on pins and needles waiting for the test to come back and go,
Yeah.
man, I hope this stuff really lasts because it's really cool, right?
Yeah.
And then to get the numbers back and have it stacked up. So let's talk about some of the numbers, Dave.
So one of the numbers we alluded to earlier is we actually know how thick the film coating is.
Right.
Right? And we don't really want to start a competition. So I think what we're going to try and stick with is it's about 20% of a traditional, you know, wipe on, dry coating.
Right.
So that's impressive, we think,
Very
for
impressive.
a spray-on product that's as easy to use as you just saw.
Yeah.
Right.
You got 20% of a coating sitting on there.
Right.
All right, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So the other thing we had that measured. We also had the clarity of the coating measured, and in this case, it's very it works with as a topper, and you get a 50% clearer coating. So what the measurement does is called the clarity, and it's measuring whether you can actually create cloudiness between the layers. So not only did this not create cloudiness between the layers, it actually made it 50% clearer. So that's going to add your depth.
Right.
That's going to be your color
That was your
change.
show that you
Yes.
saw.
That's
What
what
happened?
you
Yeah,
saw
what happened?
was
Yeah.
the color and the refractive index goes, and all of a sudden it's like, wow, that got deeper.
Yeah.
And it's not that it actually got that much thicker. It's that it just changed the way the light reacts with it. So clarity is a big deal. There's another thing that's interesting when you look at coatings is they're ceramic in nature. Obviously, we've all been learning that over the years. But when you get really submicroscopic, when you get really small, eventually they're ceramic. They're
Pores.
There's pores. There's cracks and fissures in this stuff, and they're very small, but they can affect the gloss, and they can affect the way materials adhere to the paint.
Yeah.
Right. So in this case, we had the coating measured with and without Defender, and so we ended up, and so they're called the open cells, right? And so what we ended up with is an average reduction of 20% of the open cells. So you took those cracks and crevices and you reduced them by 21%. Then the other thing that's on top of that, not only did you reduce the number, you reduced the size.
Right.
So they're 19% smaller. You're ending up with about a 40% smoother surface by using Defender.
Right.
And so that results in less adhesion to the thing, a slicker surface, and a more shiny surface.
Yeah.
And adds to the durability
Right.
because it doesn't
So
wear off
again,
as quick, right?
Hey, we look at it. It looks shiny. It looks deep. We're seeing the numbers that are matching up with that. You know,
Yeah.
it's just fun for me.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, it was really cool. And the neat thing is, though, there's a technique to it, right? You got to get to the coating
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
in a certain amount of time.
Right.
So if we're using Legend, our coating, we want to get to it in 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah.
So basically one coat around the car,
Yep.
then we can get
Rise it, right.
Defender to essentially use the term soak, right?
Soak, yeah.
Essentially connect to the other
Yep.
coating.
And so by the numbers, here's the deal. You have your 17% on top.
Right.
But when you do it that way, you're getting a 30%, and it was called soak, but you're getting a 30% penetration of Defender into the coating.
Legend.
Yeah.
So you're not only, you know, it's not only just sitting on the top.
Right.
It's actually partaking in the
Right.
coating.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think we kind of said that about, we'd seen that and felt that
Sure.
about Bead Maker as well.
Yeah.
But now we have the testing that shows
Yeah.
it, right?
Yeah.
So
And
that was really cool.
And you mentioned Bead Maker. I want to make sure everybody knows this is a totally different product than Bead Maker.
Yeah.
Right.
They're
Different service, different product. Yeah.
different. It's not
Yep.
even at all the same. So
Yep.
we don't want to like, this is not a remake of that. This is a totally
There
different product. And it's the
are
reason we put
no
it in the
ingredients
inspiration.
that are the same.
There you go. None.
None.
Right.
Not
Yeah.
a single one.
Yeah.
So it's definitely not. So that would be one indication that it's not. But it's also not in use.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
I mean, you can use this as a quick wipe. You can use it as maybe a drying aid.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't use it every day.
Right.
Right. Yeah. You'd
Right.
use Bead Maker every day.
You'd use Bead Maker every day because it's, you know. So another neat thing we found out was that Defender actually increases the acid resistance by 300%. Now this is not a really important number because the acids are down around a pH of 1, and I hope you're not putting that on your car.
But it's kind of cool, right?
But it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, it's something that, you know, it's an indication that we've got a pretty solid coating here that we're working with. And then durability. So I think we want to talk something about our concept of durability, and this was something that we learned in the testing, is that we consider a coating kind of done at about 45% gone, right?
Yeah.
55% of the coating's still there, but what's happened?
The experience is gone.
The experience is gone. Your pores have opened up. Your clarity is
beading.
gone.
Yeah.
You've lost some of the the thickness of the coating. So we're considering a coating even at failure to still be 55% there, but the experience is gone.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So what we found using the durability, so we had durability testing done, coating and coating with Defender, is at the 3-year mark, you have a 46% improvement in durability. So durability all matters on how we take care of your car.
Right.
So if you're keeping your car in a garage, then 46% of nothing wore off is not going to be very valid for you. But if your car stays outside and you've lost 30% of your coating and you got 46%, that means you only lost 15% of your coating. So you're
Right.
And the numbers are actually much better. So at 3 years, we were seeing a 13% degradation in coating,
Right.
and only 6% with Defender.
Right.
So big numbers.
Big numbers.
Big
yeah.
numbers.
Yeah.
And that's with, fairly aggressive but not terrible treatment of your car. Right? Yeah.
Standard weather testing.
Yeah. And then at 5-year durability, we were seeing a 60% improvement when you've been using Defender.
Yeah.
So that's big.
Big. Yeah.
Big.
So fun product.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm super excited about it. So I think that it's good to know that for like yearly coating maintenance, right? It's a great product to put on once a year or
Right.
even every 6 months.
Yeah.
But then, like you said, drying aid, washing, maintenance washes, that's where you're still going to use Bead Maker. This is not a product that you're going to use every time you wash the car,
No.
right?
Well,
Because
it's
it's
a
going to
waste.
start to build up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's going to start to build up. So, and I know that this question is going to come up. How does it work with Bead Maker? Beautifully.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, it works
Right.
great. So it can go on top of Bead Maker. Bead Maker can go on top of it. Obviously not the same day, right?
Yeah.
But they both work great together, just depending on how you do your maintenance with your clients, how often you see the car, how beat up their car is. You might use it every 6 months to maintain a coating, but I see myself in the way that I run my coatings is I'm going to use this once a year on the cars, just to keep that coating in tip-top shape and then just maintain them with Bead Maker.
I'll probably use it a little more on mine.
Yeah, I like
I'll
it.
use it more on my own.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, but people are going to ask cure time, right?
Yeah.
We kind of, it's 2 hours.
Yeah.
That's what we're recommending.
Yeah.
2 hours is ideal for, in ambient, regular temperature, 65, 70 degrees.
Yeah.
Not 2 hours and 30.
Right.
It wouldn't apply to 30. Yeah. But anyway. Well, anything we're missing on Defender, guys? I don't think so.
I'm really excited about it.
Yeah.
I think it's something that we've been wanting. The consumers, people, enthusiasts have been wanting for a long, long time.
Yeah.
And the wait, I hope, was worth it.
Yeah.
Because I think it was.
Yeah.
I think it was, yeah, for sure. All right, well, thank you for the time. We're going to transition over to a little Q&A with Absolute. We're going to have Levi and Sydney washing the car, and we'll be asking and answering and all those questions. So from Team P&S, thank you very much for our time.
Absolutely. And, of course, you got Keith and I here in the booth. Hello, everybody.
Hey, guys.
Hi there. And, we got a boatload of questions. I got about 3 pages of questions.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah. There's about 350, 360 people watching, so you got some good stuff going on.
Nice.
But, yeah, I'll throw them your way while you guys get started. So just keep an ear open, and we'll throw them your way.
Cool.
He's been doing a great job answering people in the process, though, too. So we'll kind of reiterate some he might have already answered.
What's really amazing is my answers matched yours, Dave. So I think
Yeah, that was good.
There you go.
Matching stories, always important.
That is good to get your stories straight.
There were a couple ones, Dave, and I love the dusting issue. I know it's our favorite topic. I don't think this product we could say is going to dust any more or less than any other coating style product on the market. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, there's no way for us to stop dust from landing on your car. When things get really dusty, that's just gonna be the result. However, those smoothness numbers are pretty amazing. We've noticed on keeping the car clean.
Yeah.
Right, so we've gone through. So I think the last time I put Defender on my car was about a month ago. We've been through 3 different rainstorms. Including the point where it's drying out, right? And you get that dirt coming up off the road and it coats the back of your car.
Yep.
And I'm finding the car is staying significantly cleaner.
Well, even when I was visiting Rennie, and Rennie was working on with Defender, he did half his Jeep that he has, and he met me down in the valley, and the one door that had Defender on it was clean, the other door was dirty.
Yeah.
And he washed it at the same time. So it was pretty amazing.
It's been, it's anecdotal for us, but we all think that that's what we're seeing.
Yeah.
And really appreciating it.
Yeah. And to go back to what I was saying, how my experiences matching the testing has been so interesting. And this was one in that I kept saying, it seems like it not necessarily self-cleans, but stays a little bit cleaner, right? But then it's also easier to wash. Right. And so that kind of plays into the pore and the that whole situation where it's more sealed off, so it doesn't hold on to the contamination as much. And we've definitely seen that in just the testing and results, and you do kind of say, well, this is just a little bit easier to wash, for sure.
Now we got to get it on 10,000 cars.
I mean,
then
we
we'll really
do.
know.
We'll get it.
Yeah, we'll get it.
In an effort to address the dusting, there are anti-static agents in the product.
Perfect.
So so we're doing the best we can, but when the pollen starts falling, it's just it's going to land on your car.
Yeah.
There's not much you can do about it.
Yeah.
Hopefully, when you drive off, it just blows off the car, which is pretty cool. And been looking at that.
Yeah.
Well, sweet. Are we going to wash something or what?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah, and if you really want to try the Defender on that car to keep the road film off it, I wouldn't mind either.
All right, time for me to dig into these comments because there are a lot of them.
There are tons. So I'll answer the kind of the number one question: are these products available now? So
yes.
Swift, the fragrances have been released out to distributors. They're bringing them in as we speak. Defender just came off the production line on Friday, so it's migrating out to all our partners. These will all be available on the P&S website tomorrow. distributors are getting them out. They are infiltrating. I know the rag company's probably going to do a special show when they get all the stuff in, and they'll do a product release. But yeah, these are all migrating out to our partners now. But you can get them on the P&S site tomorrow if you want.
Yeah.
Please. Yeah.
Next up, I got Level Best saying, if Dave's brewing, I'm buying. Nice. Of course. Harry Housewife, Essence of Absolute. I need that in my life. Agreed. It's a wonderful smell. And we kind of addressed this already, but for folks who are new, just chiming in, David Cervantes with a very good point. Did P&S get new spray heads?
We did.
Yes, we
Can
did.
you tell us a little bit about them?
Yeah, so we've been testing them now for I think about 4 months, 5 months.
Yeah.
We've been looking for a good sprayer, really a consistent supplier. So
Not easy.
Yeah, not easy. And these were, what we loved was the lead time on these sprayers was 4 weeks, which anybody that knows in this industry, you could order sprayers that could take 6 months. So 4 weeks lead time, readily available. Yeah, we've got them in stock. These are full implementation of these sprayers now. Our other sprayers we are out of stock, and we are now going to be capping everything with these.
So yeah, and they're they spray really nicely. They've got a fine spray to them, but they've got a real positive trigger feel to them. So when you squeeze the trigger, it actually feels like you get a little back pressure on the sprayer, and then it comes out in a nice fine spray. The other thing we really like about it is we like the seal around the bottle. We feel like there's going to be much less leaking, and I think I can get this off. Yeah, I can. If you look, you're going to do a close-up here. There's a nice gasket in there. So, that's, we feel like that really, and then the ratchet with the bottle, we feel like we're going to get some nice, sealed bottles. And that's important for us as a manufacturer, that we have our product arriving at the customer in the shape it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
So coming to a box near you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Soon.
and these two arrived about 2 weeks ago. So, and it's going to take a little while for them to flow out into the marketplace, but we'll get them.
That's great. Love to see it. I got Stefan here with kind of an offbeat question, wondering if I was to accidentally seal my paintwork with Bead Maker Refresher, how would I remove it off?
I'd probably use paint prep to strip that off. You could probably go with a harsher, say a high pH cleaning product like an EnviroClean.
Okay.
It depends on how long it's been on too.
That's a good point.
It cures up
if
a
it's
little
fresh,
bit.
it might be a little easier. But
fresh,
if it's
or you just
old,
accidentally
yeah.
oversprayed, wipe it off with paint prep is probably fine.
Okay.
Yeah, as long if it doesn't cure, it's going to come off right away, with very little effort. Typically, like Keith said, if you've got a general purpose cleaner, it's going to remove those products.
Yeah. And of course, I got Ed asking here, can we get this stuff here at TRC? Yes. It will be available. If it's not available right now, it'll be available soon.
Very soon. Very soon. Speaking of available right now.
Yeah, what's available right now?
I'm a little jealous. I know we've got our cool flannels, and there was a question about those, and I'll answer it. But, dude, I want to know about that shirt that Levi's wearing.
Isn't that cool?
That is pretty darn cool. What's the deal with that shirt?
So that's our Trcma shirt. We kind of try and do something a little new this year, giving people a chance to get in on the action.
Levi.
Check out our website because you
Show the
can
power
get your
players.
hands on some of this Trcma merch. Just saying.
Yep.
But obviously there's Rag Company swag you can always check out. But this is a limited time thing. So if you're watching this week, now's the time to get it.
Yeah. So I'm going to do a shout out on our
for it.
shirts to Josh Pierce, who created this little monster, and
They
we
look
loved
great.
the shirt, so we brought them in, and we now carry them as P&S wear.
Official stuff. Okay.
Official swag, as we would call it. Available on our website. You guys can order it. The sizes are pretty true. Check them out there. You can buy this shirt from P&S on our website.
That's awesome. All right.
So
thanks for the heads up.
Do the Absolute washers? Do you have any commentary on what's going on?
No, I love it. I've always loved
Wash
it. It's
super
just
easy.
It washes really easy.
Super fast.
Comes off pretty
Are you?
quick.
How long have you been working on that? Maybe 4 minutes?
Yeah, I was thinking that
maybe
just went
you
too
missed a
fast.
spot though.
Well, there's a lot of sap too.
You
That's
missed
all
the
over
windshield.
car.
You missed just
Keith,
wiping
I've
the
been noticing
windshield.
there's a few dents on this car, though.
Well, so
He gets angry.
the passenger door had a hit and run in the parking lot.
It looks like somebody had a fight with it.
Yeah, somebody's going into the shop on that one next week. Unfortunately, it's my wife's car. Yeah, that whole door
look
got
at that.
dinged by a parking lot.
It's shiny.
But the
Grab a
car
towel.
looks fantastic because it's got legend and inspiration all over it. We used
Oh,
that
we should
car
show
in
them that
our
windshield, how we
coding
used it as well.
class a year and a half ago at the shop, the original official first shop crawl ever for the IDA.
Nice.
Nice.
So that is a coating car with legend on all the flats with soul on top and
Yeah.
inspiration on the sides with soul on top of that. And then, of course, can't forget view glass coating on all the glass.
And I got David here asking a good question. Will those new spray heads work with the old bottles with the kind of ratcheting lock heads?
Yes, you can get the old
Okay.
ones off.
Excellent. Swapperooski. Okay,
Yeah,
I've got... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, well, you can, if you just take a pair of channel locks, you can remove the sprayers. I've had people say I can't get them off and throw them away, so I don't want you to give up. Just a little pair of pliers and you can take them off.
Okay, that's good.
Yep. So while we're talking about Defender,
Yeah.
Dave, what is the fragrance on Defender? We don't really have one in there, or what did you do with it?
There
we
definitely is a fragrance. Are we jumping off saying what it is?
You can say what it is.
You lost something, Bob. Your microphone. Yeah, it's grapefruit. Oh, yeah, grapefruit. Yeah, I like it a lot. You know, and I guess this is a funny admission, but about 2 years ago, I was at a hotel and they had grapefruit shampoo, and I went, wow, I really like this. And so
Inspiration can come from anywhere.
I've been pretty much trying to put it in a product ever since.
Yeah,
Good
it smells
call, man.
great.
Yeah, I really grown to like it quite a bit.
So Kirby wants to know, does Swift have any anti-static benefits?
Yes, it does, actually. Yeah,
Okay.
it does.
Good to know. And Jorge, I've got here asking, these fragrances will
Yeah,
be a
it's
great
amazing.
addition to my shop.
Yes, they would. I agree.
Yes.
Yeah, I got to use this the other day, and I was blown away by it.
And then, of course, they're asking, Eddie wants to know what the smell is like. Well, I think we know
Smells
now. We've gone
amazing.
over it.
It's fresh. I mean, it's, yeah.
And then we go on to David here. David says, so this is an interior quick detailer with a bit more power to clean. This will be awesome. I think that was in reference to an earlier demo there.
Yeah, I think that's in reference to Swift.
Yes.
Yep.
And, oh, yeah. So then Andy's Auto Care Plus saying, as Bob knows, I've been waiting for this one. Oh, question for Sydney. Hans, of course, always popping in. He wants to know, what is Sydney's favorite product?
Oh gosh.
Putting you on the spot.
Well,
She's
it was
using it right now.
It may be. There may be a new one.
Yeah, so I think it probably was still Bead Maker. That's still one of my favorite ones. I really love Wipe and Shine, which is a tire dressing. And I think probably Defender is going to be one because I noticed this week when I ran out of all my sample bottles and we were waiting for the labels to come, and I ran out and I had a little bit of a heart attack, right? I think I called Bob twice and said, I'm out. So I
said,
think,
I can't help you.
Right. I think this one will probably take over the top spot. I mean, Absolute is still, though, like, that one still really tugs at my heart. that's a hard question. Could I pick one from each category?
Yeah, where are you cleaning, right?
Yeah.
Where are you cleaning?
Yeah, I could pick one from each category, but I mean, Defender's pretty amazing.
Nice.
I
know you're a fan of Clarity Cream, too, so that's
Oh,
always
well,
fun.
of course, yes.
Yeah.
They're all my favorite.
That is true.
Speaking of glass, Stephen here asking, what did she spray on the windshield? I just tuned in.
A Defender.
There you
Works
go.
amazing.
Yeah, it's easy on glass.
Yeah, love it.
And then I'll go back to my main questions
You were
here.
asked to
got this
expound
huge
on that a
field.
little bit,
Yes.
Sydney, on Defender on glass.
So it's going to apply the same way as it does on the paint. So you're just going to spray it on, use 2 towels, but that second wipe is just going to evaporate right off. It's going to not leave any streaks. It's super easy to apply. And then you're going to get all the benefits of Defender on the glass. So really like it on top of View. It works great. So I actually use this as my topper to View now rather than Bead Maker, just in the initial coating process. And it's just so great because you can finish out the whole car with it. And like I said, you don't have to worry about getting it on the plastic, on the wheels, on the glass. It's going to wipe off beautifully off every surface, which is so great.
Nice.
It's kind of
So
like you don't want to
Hans,
stop.
of course,
Yeah,
asked
I know,
how long is it
right?
going to last on glass?
Even
And
if you've
I think
applied it,
the
I gotta
answer
do it
is
again.
Probably the same as on paint.
Yeah.
Again, depends on your wiper use and your
Yeah.
driving conditions. So
Right.
we'll say 6 months, give
Yeah.
or take, condition.
Right. And what I love about this is, typically we only put view on the windshield. And I love this because now you've got that water protection on your side glass that is so easy to apply. And so that is going to kind of give you that water behavior, protection, all the good stuff on your side glass too. So I love that.
Oh, look at that. Lisa Duplessis weighing in.
Ooh,
We
Lisa
were
Duplessis.
noticing some.
Oh, she's probably mad that we're talking bad about her car.
We were noticing some nice results
Lisa,
on the
I agree. It's an
hard
awesome
plastic.
color.
Yes. Yep.
I like her meme. I didn't know she had that one. That's cool.
Let's see.
That's
I've
funny.
got a whole lot of questions of people asking if Defender can be used during the clay process. There were a lot of those questions.
I think we're probably going to say we don't recommend it. Is
Okay.
that probably what we want to go with, especially on the clay towel, I would think.
Yeah, I would still stick with the clay towel with either using paint gloss or bead maker as your clay lube, or even Absolute's a great clay lube as well. This is really a final step product. This is really, you're
Gotcha.
using this for its intended purposes. So, yeah.
Plus, it could screw up the towel.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't
Yeah.
want to let it dry in your towel.
Yeah.
For sure.
And then to go off that, let's see. You can apply Defender to all exterior surfaces like Bead Maker, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And actually, I used it. My daughter has a Trailblazer, which, the bottom half is all plastic, and those can fade and get gross. And especially, here in Boise, we've had snow for, I swear, 6 months. And so we have the salt on the roads. And so even though her plastic is coated in Inspiration, it still kind of like, starts to turn a little bit gray and look funky. And so I sprayed it all down with Defender the other day, and it was perfect. I mean,
Okay.
it looked amazing, looked super awesome. So yeah, super happy with the way it works on plastic.
Then I got a question here from Kevin D about, is the deodorant oil base?
That's a Dave question.
Yeah, no, it's water-based.
Okay.
But the fragrances are an oil. So, and then you just micro-emulsify them into water.
Okay.
Right. And we're
Excellent.
taking them from a concentrate, and diluting them out again. So as long as you dilute them 7-to-1 or a little more, you're going to have no problems with them, right, Dave, with any oil staining or something like that on the carpet?
No, there won't be an oil staining problem.
Good. Okay.
They're a pretty complex mixture of, basically volatile esters and oils and all sorts of stuff. So it's not just oil. I mean, by oil base, I mean it's non-polar. So it's not necessarily like an oil like you'd think of it, but it's just not. It doesn't mix with water.
Okay. And then I've got, is it dry application only?
I assume that is for the Defender.
Right. I believe so.
I like the dry application because I feel like I'm getting a lot of material on there, and that's what I like to see. It can, like I said, it can be used as a drying aid if it happens to be sitting there.
Yeah.
But that's kind of a little maybe expensive drying aid.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it totally works as
Little
a drying aid,
overkill.
but yeah, like I said, I like to use it as the last step, your very last product. So it totally works, but I think it's best suited dry for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I've got Kirby here. Can Defender top both Soul and Inspiration Classic? People just love their toppers, I swear.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yep. It tops all the coatings.
It'll
perfect.
blow your mind, Kirby.
Yep. Yeah.
Then to put a twist on that, JB wants to know, can you layer Dream Maker on top of Defender?
Sure. I would wait till it cures.
Wait till it cures.
Yeah.
That's
the
important.
thing is, though, I mean, that's a great question, and you absolutely can, but I think you'll find that you just don't need to. So, especially immediately, like if you're, you wash your car and you want it to kind of have that same pop that you had when you put the Defender on, absolutely grab Dream Maker. But I don't think you need to use it the same day. You can still use Dream Maker.
The point of Dream Maker, I think, on some of the cars is to, bring that warmth back, and you get that.
Yeah.
You get that quite a bit.
Yeah.
From Defender.
Yes, for sure. And so you can definitely use it, after you wash your car, weeks later, to kind of bring back that feeling. But I definitely don't think you need. It is so impressive what happens the day that you use it. I can't imagine wanting to use anything over it.
Well, just like when Lee and I were just using it, I'm like, are you watching what's happening here? It's like, it's a really fun product.
And it's funny
you want to keep using it.
Yeah,
really.
right. And it's funny that you say that, right? Because I think I've given you both that feedback that as I was using it, every time it's fun. Like
Right.
every time I'm blown away. And I've been using this product for quite a long time. And every time it's fun.
Not only does Dave make good products, he makes fun products.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
Fun products.
Yes, they're fun to use.
And
Well, it
pleasant
has
to
I mean, you
use.
have-
They smell
Yes,
good.
yeah. And you have,
Keeping
I
in
mean,
mind that some people think marathons are fun, but yeah.
Right. Well, no, but I mean, but I think, you know, people like to enjoy what they're doing if it makes you enjoy what you're doing, and especially
If you're a car enthusiast, yeah.
Yes, yeah, and especially if you're working on your own car, you know, you want to be enjoying it, and so it's just a great product to use. I find that every time I get to use it, and I would have to use it, you know, to test this or that, it was always like, oh, I'm at this part, you know, like I remember thinking that in my head, and so every time you're blown away, you know,
cool.
which is cool.
So we're getting close to time, guys. We have one last question. And Sydney, because you've really done a great job with the wash clay seal conversation, is Defender the new product during a wash clay seal process?
No. So, and this is a good question as well. So the wash clay seal process is a process that we really encourage for the space that it's in. So I primarily do that on just my full details. So I don't grab my polisher, right? And so I do wash clay seal with Bead Maker. One, it is more developed with the lubricity and things like that to be more conducive of using with clay. And also it's easier, it's better during the drying process when using it with the clay. And so you kind of want to leave that process where it's at. Bead Maker still absolutely has its own place. Defender's not going to replace Bead Maker, and it's not going to kick it out of its space. So this is something that I could talk on this for hours in just keeping products in their space. So Bead Maker is still going to be kind of my go-to. This is going to be the premium product. So if my customers are paying for a decontamination and a really strong one-step, you know, spray, I'm going to use Defender. If they're just, you know, get it protected, send it, it's going to be Bead Maker. So I still love Bead Maker just as much as I did before. I will still use it just as much as I did before. This is just going to obviously incorporate into my coating process a little bit more. And then if somebody wants a longer standalone product, I will use this. But it will not replace Bead Maker in the clay process. And we talked about that a little bit earlier, that it's just not really, it's not really what it was developed for.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
no, that's an excellent point. Thank you for that detail. And obviously, I apologize, there are many questions, but we have a show to do here. We've gotten a ton of them, and I hope that at least helped a lot of people with the more pressing questions. I will ask one quick thing, though, just about SDS. Somebody was mentioning they wanted to know if there were SDS details available for the product, so I assume yes.
There are, but we obviously didn't put them up on our website before we released the product. So it might take it'll be on tomorrow.
Okay, great. So people will have that information. There you go. All right.
Marty,
so,
I guess we got to get back in time.